Coach, your group had, I guess, what you'd call a breakout game, right, against
Yeah,
Chattanooga.
they're playing well. I think go back to even Virginia. I think we kind of challenged them a little bit. We're having some opportunities to get after some things, and guys are executing at a high level, which is always fun. And I think they're reaping the benefits right now. Now they got to continue it into Big Ten play.
Can I just ask how this, like the third down, you guys have a lot of success on that down in particular. What do you think you guys have done to kind of cultivate such maybe a mindset, I guess, among your guys to get off the field there?
Yeah, that's our time to shine. You come here. When we recruit these guys, we tell them we're going to rush the quarterback, we're going to sack them, we're going to do all this stuff, and now that's that time to do it. And I think Coach Walters and the defensive staff, I think we do a pretty good job of kind of game planning and doing what we need to do to get after the quarterback and create matchups that we like. So I think the guys know when it's third down, it's time to go eat, and have some fun, and if they continue to have that mindset, it's going to be a fun year.
Coach Bielema's, mentioned the idea of rematch games several times, and we got a string of them coming now in the Big Ten. But Ryan talked yesterday. This was one, kind of like back against Wisconsin from a year ago. Just how do you kind of view that, maybe getting another crack, at them after last year's game?
Yeah, I think Wisconsin has such a history, and especially in the West, but just the Big Ten in general, of being one of the top dogs. And I think with what we're doing and how we're playing, you look at last year's game and you think, man, we are a lot better than what we were then, and that's where this game comes into play. And I think they ran the ball on us a lot last year, and I think it's something that we pride ourselves in right now. And it's just one of those games where, again, it's just Wisconsin. It's a rematch game, but I think these guys are looking forward to the opportunity to go out there and play somebody that got after us last year.
What do you see maybe that's different and better in run defense? Just again,
I think it's familiarity. I think our guys are comfortable with the system. They know their jobs. They're playing at a high level just because, again, with familiarity comes speed. So the more they know it, the faster they're going to play. And every week it's just been more fun, and guys are holding each other accountable. If somebody's out of their gap, they're going to let them know, and nobody cares because it's the job, So I think guys are playing fast and they're smart and they're playing for each other.
Kind of with Seth, I know Brett kind of talked about him kind of accepting the leadership role with what you guys lost last year. How has he kind of bought into that for you guys?
He's done a great job. He with the absence of OC and Isaiah Gay, there was a big hole to fill from those guys of leadership, and between he and Zeke and some of those guys that had played before, they would kind of put it on their shoulders to kind of take the reins of that leadership. And I think throughout the course of spring ball, through fall camp, and now here we are, you've seen them kind of take these guys that are new with Gabe and Alec Bryant even, and all those guys are kind of taking kin to what they're doing. So they've done a great job, and they're going to continue to get better as they get more comfortable with what they're doing.
Everyone is understandably intrigued about Gabe Akis. What do you see about it from him from a coaching standpoint?
Oh, he's a sponge. He wants to be really good. He wants to be great, and he puts in the work and everything else off the field to do so. And the way he prepares, the way he attacks everything from a film standpoint to a practice standpoint to then actually getting out there and play the game, he takes everything really personal. So he wants to be really, really good. And that's kind of the fun part of coaching him. I just go out there, tell him what to do, and if he doesn't do it right the first time, he's going to get it right the second time, and then he'll never let it happen again. So he's just a fun guy to be around, getting to recruit him and get to know his family. It's an awesome group of people. And he's been fun. I think he's going to continue to get better and better.
What are some challenges for you guys rushing the quarterback against Wisconsin?
They got a big offensive line. That's like that their trademark is big offensive linemen, obviously. So we're gonna have to do a great job of getting off the ball and just pressuring the quarterback. Sacks aren't always everything. If we can get him off the spot, if we can affect him in any way to make him incomplete, whether it's a sack, a hit, whatever it may be. That's our goal. So they do a great job. Their offensive line coach I've known for a long time does a great job. So they're going to be ready to go, and hopefully so are we.
Complementary football, right? How much does Johnny and Keith help your guys the way they've been collapsed in the pocket?
Oh, it's huge. So with the success that they've had, the people are looking at them that they got to double team those guys, and it's one-on-ones on the edges. So and we have to take advantage of those. And I think everybody's playing at a high level, especially in that D-line room. Johnny's got leading the country in pressures and whatever it may be, whatever it is. But it's allowed us to kind of open up the edges a little bit, and I think these last couple of games you kind of see what can happen when we get that.
Just kind of with Seth, what's kind of the difference for him going from a guy who played a little bit and kind of got his feet wet last year to being kind of one of the guys on the edge, and he was able to make impact?
Yeah, I think it started in this offseason, with how he needed to transform his body to be ready to play as many snaps as he is. He's put on a bunch of weight. He's kind of embraced the off the field preparation, and he's become a smarter football player, a bigger football player, and it's transforming onto the field. So he was at one point he was more of a role guy last year where he could kind of come in and do what he did. Now he's the guy, so he needs to understand that, and he has bought into what we want him to do, and that goes from how he studies film to how he practices to how he leads these younger guys and gets them going.
The way Coach Bielema is doing the math with the red shirt thing, you have Jared Beatty available to you now. I don't know how many games, but what's he shown in practice? Is he ready to come in and play some snaps?
Yeah, no, he's been great. He's getting healthy. He's been healthy, and I'm excited to see what this guy can do. He's got a certain twitch about him that we love, and he's able to rush the passer and do some things. So we'll see what kind of the plan has in store for us. At this point in the year, you never know what can happen. So everybody's one play away from getting in, and Jared's done a good job of taking advantage of the reps he has gotten. So it's good to have him out there and be consistently out there. So I'm fired up with what he can do.
I guess the last one for Seth, I know Brett kind of said, for Seth, had a kid, I guess. Is that something from your vantage point that kind of, did you maybe see a change in him?